This is T.G. Negi,
Yeah.
a Buddhist monk who also has a doctor in Buddhist philosophy. He's from India, and I was just so lucky to run into him here in the temple of His Holiness the Dalai Lama. And he kindly agreed to talk with me about the topic of sexuality and how it relates to Buddhism. So could you tell me, what does Buddhism say about sexuality? Does it say something about it?
I never heard about saying something like that. But when you are be a monk, so you are not allowed to be sex.
Yeah. And the reason behind that is?
Because of you want to be a develop your inner value or like a natural of mind. So if you are having a sexuality and a sexual, and so you will be diversity your mind. So you
Okay.
cannot able to concentrate on what you want to be. So that's why, and it's they have to struggle, and that's why maybe this is the main reason not to be a relation with woman sexuality.
Okay.
This is the main thing, I think.
So it's kind of confusing and distracting.
Yeah,
It's harder
confusing.
to control.
Harder to control. Yeah, to
Yeah.
the like
Yeah.
in your path.
Okay. And then I asked you before, is it considered something bad or taboo, would you say?
No,
or-
I don't think so. There is a in this world, so 99%
Yeah.
having a sex.
Yeah.
Only 10% like a monk,
Yeah.
and 1% like a monk, or other like something doesn't like,
Yeah.
and so they are avoiding sex. But mostly, even insects also they like to do.
Mm.
So there is no any
Yeah.
bad thing
It's
about,
natural.
and also natural, and also the I can say also it will help and their physical and mentality too.
It will help?
It will help mentally and physically both.
Okay. But before you said it distracts the mind, right? But
Yeah.
you think it can still be
Yeah, because
also beneficial?
it's beneficial.
Yeah.
Sexuality is beneficial and different way. But being a monk, so they are not do the sex, and also they have to follow the vows, because there is a you have to uh, preserve your vows. So you're not doing a sex. You have to when you become a monk, so
Yeah.
you have to take oath. I'm
Yeah.
not going to do
Yeah.
sex.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So there are obviously spiritual traditions that do incorporate sex, like Tantra, for example. So why is there this difference that, like most religious and spiritual traditions, they say, okay, let's try to not have so much sex or no sex. And Tantra then says you can actually use your sexuality, your energy to
Yes,
develop.
tantra is also like they're saying, in tantra they're saying, sex have to be to sex, but you have to, there is a behind some reason for doing a sex. Yes,
Yeah.
you should have to control yourself.
Yeah.
Yes, if you are controlling yourself and having a sex is not that bad. If you are not controlling and you falling in the like drugs, addicted, so that doesn't help you.
So also Tantra would say that you should not get uncontrolled in it, right?
There is some tantra practice. So you have to be during the sex you have to discharge yourself, and you have to soak that back. So
Soak
that's
it.
kind of practice there.
Because
So
otherwise you lose the energy.
otherwise
they
you
say.
are losing the energy.
Mhm.
So you have to discharge, and you have to and soak again.
Yeah.
So you have to practice this a lot.
Yeah.
So and this is also one kind of yoga.
Yeah, so in a way, maybe you could say that Tantra and Buddhism then, in the end, deal with it the same way. Like it's like a valuable, energy,
Mhm.
which you preserve in
Yeah.
one way or the other, either by engaging in it
Yes.
and controlling,
Yeah,
being
yeah,
careful,
yeah.
or by abstaining from
Yes,
it, right?
yes. So when it's come to the sex, and this time when I can see with I have a lot of friends, we are talking and different topics, and it's come sometimes it just come up the about the sexuality and things. So and they are very just only want to be a sex,
Only
and
want to
they
have sex.
want to have sex.
Yeah.
And this is the mentality.
Yeah.
But I can say you need to be a some people says the sex is the key of the love, but I can say and the sex is the key of the love. but you have to love first. Then you can get the sex.
Okay.
If you don't love, and nobody can sex with you.
Okay. Yeah. Love
So
first. I like
love
that.
first, then you can get in the
Yeah.
whatever you have.
Yeah. Nice. I think Tantra might also agree with that perspective.
Yes.
Love first.
Yeah. It's
Yeah.
because Buddhism, Sutra, Tantra, and Dzogchen, whatever having. So these all are the base of the compassion.
Mm.
So when the base of the compassion, there is a love is there.
Yeah.
Yeah. So without loving kindness, without compassion, and there is no Buddhism, no Tantraism, and no Dzogchen.
Mm.
So these are the basic.
Okay.
Mm.
Nice. And let's say, as a monk, when you're abstaining from sexuality, of course, the sexual energy is still there anyway, right?
Yeah.
Like everyone
Yes.
has it
Yeah.
in them. So, are there ways to deal with it? Like, is it by meditation or something?
My experience, yes. So whenever I can, sometime I can feel like energy asking.
Yeah.
Energy asking. So and we have to same time we have to diversion our mind to the other way.
Yeah.
So we forget.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's why. And also we can have some things like we avoid some things,
Yeah.
not to drink and not to eat.
Yeah.
And it can doesn't force
Yeah.
for your sex.
Yeah.
Like even people they don't understand, and drinking the milk, they say drinking milk is good for your health, but drinking milk is also a force for you the sex, because like bulls,
Okay.
cow bulls, and so they are always ready because of that they have the the milk from
Okay.
the cow, so they are very energetic. And so these are like very forceful, and also the your mind will then you can like talking about the sex things, and
Okay.
reading about the sex things, and watching about the naked things, and see automatically it comes out. We have to avoid these all things, so then
Avoid.
you can avoid
Yeah.
these things, so this can help you to
Yeah.
otherwise every moment you are ready. Yeah,
Okay,
this is
so you-
nature,
yeah, it's a natural
naturally,
instinct,
it's naturally
yeah.
things. So every moments are ready.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So you avoid temptations, I
Yes.
say, and also you take a certain type of nutrition
Yeah.
that will help
Yeah,
you
yeah,
to
yeah, yeah,
abstain.
yeah. Yes. Yeah.
And then in Tantra, there's this concept of sublimation, right? That let's say you have a lot of sexual
Yes.
energy and you can sublimate it into higher
Yes. Yeah.
regions, chakras.
Yeah.
Is that? Would you agree with that? Also
Yeah.
from
Yeah.
a Buddhist
Yes.
perspective?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. So
So yeah. So like even like some personality, some people, and so they only they attracting women. Yes, and they are just cheating, making fun, looking nicely. So their mind is starting to the sex. Yeah. And for the sex, and they're trying to do many things with women. So then I can say that doesn't helpful.
yeah.
So you have to first try to encourage your love with them, and then result should be like a positive. So
Yeah.
otherwise it's very difficult.
Okay.
So like abusing
Yeah.
or something like that.
Yeah.
So here is I can say love is the without condition you have to love. Yes. So in there is without condition you are loving them, and they can understand. Yes, and they know. And then they are they will also support with you.
Yeah.
So that is helpful. If you are only for looking for that, it doesn't helpful.
Yeah. Okay, so unconditional love is the key.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
can take this as
Yeah.
the finish point. Very nice. Thank you so much for
You're
talking
welcome.
with
You're
me.
You're welcome.
And yeah, I will interview more people soon. So
Yeah.
stay tuned on my YouTube channel.
Thank you.
Thank you.